If your mind were a person sitting across from you right now, would you call it a friend or would you call it your enemy? Because most of us, we go through life never realizing that the greatest battles we fight, they're not out there in the world around us. They're in the world right inside of our head. So how you answer that question, well, it pretty much shapes everything. It shapes your health, your energy, your confidence, your relationships, your entire future. An old Cherokee grandfather once told his grandson, "Inside your head, there's two wolves fighting for control. One is full of fear, anxiety, self doubt, anger, and every belief that keeps you small. The other wolf is confidence, inner peace, courage, and a deep trust in yourself." And the boy asked, "Well, which wolf wins?" The grandfather replied, "The one you feed." So my question to you is, which wolf have you been feeding? Not yesterday, not last year. I'm talking about today, or at a stretch like last week, because the honest answer, well, it predicts your entire future. And something most of us never realize, by the time we reach our 40s and beyond, 95% of who we are is a memorized set of thoughts, of emotions, reactions, beliefs, and behaviors too, meaning you're not really thinking, you're remembering, you're reliving. You're not deciding anything, you're repeating things over and over. You're not reacting to the present moment, you're more so reacting to the past. And this is why so many of us feel really stuck. You wake up in the morning with the same thoughts as yesterday, and those thoughts, well, they create the same emotions. And those emotions, they drive exactly the same behaviors. And those behaviors, they produce, well, the same life, otherwise known as being stuck in a rut. But really, it's a program. It's a subconscious program running the entire show. And because it's familiar, it's me and my life. But it's not really you, it's your conditioning. It's a set of neural networks in your brain that are running a program automatically, unconsciously. So let's say you're not happy with your weight, your health, or your body. You wake up in the morning, as always, feeling really sluggish and tired. Maybe you hit the snooze button 3 times and then eventually you roll out of bed and you kind of hobble to the bathroom because your joints, well, they're always stiff in the morning and you just kind of accept that. You do your same routine in the bathroom. And then, of course, you make your coffee. And without thinking, if you really need to eat at 8 a.m. in the morning, you're making toast and eating cereal as you flick through social media on your iPad. And then as you're getting dressed, well, you're angry at yourself because your trousers, well, they're still too tight. And this is all before you leave the house. Your mind has told you it's just not possible to lose weight. Your reflection in the mirror, well, that's already set off a whole smorgasbord of self-loathing. And all of this is setting the scene for how you feel, the energy that you're putting out into your day, the way you behave, and the actions you take. And all of it in line with your programming, the thoughts you have installed. And your brain, well, it's your servant. You tell your brain you hate yourself, and it will tell you, "Your wish is my command." Dr. Joe Dispenza, he explains it beautifully. Your mind and body, they operate in a loop. You have a thought, this produces an emotion in your body, which leads to how you behave, how you act, which will reinforce the thoughts you're having. So if your thoughts are, "I am so tired, I'm overwhelmed, I can't change, I'm too old, nothing ever works out for me," your behaviors will match those emotions and your results will reflect those behaviors. And then your mind says, "See? I told you so," confirming your old identity. So your brain, it doesn't really care if the thought is empowering or if it's destructive. It simply repeats whatever you've rehearsed the most. And this is how your mind becomes your enemy. Not because it's broken, but because it's following your instructions. So, how do we turn this around? The moment you become aware of the thought, you're completely interrupting the program. The moment you choose a different emotion, your chemistry in your body changes. The moment you take an action your old self would never take, your identity begins to upgrade. Everything shifts. And this is how you feed the good wolf, not through force, but through awareness. So here's something I do that I want to share with you. Next time your self talk is really negative and pushing you into a really negative place, notice the thought. Just be aware of it, catch it, and stop it. And how you stop it is by overriding it with something positive, something that you are truly grateful for, something that brings you peace. And it could be as simple as the security of your home, your fresh bedding, the trees outside, your dog, your cat. And it sounds too simple, but when you break the cycle of the negative thoughts that are driving a future that you really don't want, things start to change. So if you do this every day, you will begin to rewire your brain, rewriting your thought patterns, your emotions, your behaviors, and the actions you take. And as a result, redirecting your life. If this message spoke to you, make sure you hit the like and subscribe and stay with me on this journey of becoming the most powerful version of yourself after 40 and beyond. Namaste.